All right, good evening, everyone. I'm Brian Kniff alongside Buddy Tarbot, and high school football is finally upon us as it's opening night, and we are here at Maxwell Field in Wildwood on a beautiful night for football as the Warriors of Wildwood will host the Pitman Panthers in the season opener for both teams. Glad you could join us here on 98.7 The Coast. A live video stream is available on coastsportstoday.com. Chris Knoll handling all the video production for us here today. You can also watch it on the Coast Sports Today Facebook page as well. You know, who would have thought, Buddy, you know, with our last broadcast together was the Wildwood Catholic boys basketball team South Jersey championship game, and everything got put to a halt right there due to this COVID-19 pandemic. We got some high school sports back finally this past week with some other sports with tennis and field hockey and soccer, and now finally football is ready to get underway. It's a shortened season, just 6 regular season games, and Wildwood gets it all started here tonight. They're the only Cape May County team playing at home, and we're happy to be here on 98.7 The Coast to bring it to everyone.
Yes, Brian, you know, we are very happy to be here to bring everybody this live radio broadcast, and as Brian said, it can be found on multiple social media pages. You know, and on that night when Wildwood Catholic really took it to
Rutgers Prep
and blew them out to win that South Jersey title, you know, we left that gym thinking we're getting ready to do a state final with Wildwood Catholic probably winning and advancing to the Tournament of Champions. And lo and behold, within 48 hours, the carpet was pulled out from under everybody involving high school sports. And, you know, the COVID pandemic was in full swing. And you know what? It's been a trying time, but these kids, as well as the parents and the students of the schools, really need this, like, high school sports to get back into some sort of, you know, normalcy, which we can't call normal, but you know, it's
defensive lines. They had a lot of seniors, both teams, on their lines last year, but both teams have a lot of their skill position players back. So we'll see how that plays out. One of the things with Wildwood every year is always, you know, what are their numbers like? The numbers aren't great. They only have around 20 or 22 kids in uniform, but there's some really good football players there, some kids that could play for just about anybody. It's just a matter of do they have enough of them, and we'll see what happens here tonight against Pitman.
Right now, tonight, Brian, they have exactly 20 kids in uniform.
Right.
So tonight, you know, they're expecting, as you had mentioned earlier when you and I were talking, another 5 that possibly could materialize, hopefully, for practice next week. But tonight, they're going at the Pitman Panthers with exactly 20 guys.
Yeah, Pitman will dress 32, so that's not a ton. And this Pitman team, buddy, they only have, I believe at the last count that I quickly went through the roster, they only have 5 seniors on this team. Yeah. So they're awfully young, and you know, Wildwood's on the young side as well. But some of these younger players for Wildwood are pretty talented. You started with Ernie Triano and Dom Triano. Ernie and Dom are both back as two-way starters. Joe Awad is a junior. He's another key player. Miguel Claudio is senior. Johnny Nolan, a sophomore. And then one of the newcomers that we're really looking at, the coaching staff very high on. This is a very talented 3-sport athlete, also plays basketball and baseball, very well known for his exploits at the grammar school ranks in Merle Hans everyone calls him Junior. So Junior Hans will certainly be a factor for Wildwood. He'll start as a wide receiver and a defensive back. And Greg Mitchell, another one of the key seniors for Wildwood, another returning starter at running back and linebacker. So Wildwood with a lot of players back, and so does Pitman. Though Pitman brings back quarterback Charlie Spaeth. Started last year as a sophomore. He's a junior now, and he's certainly a player to watch on the other side of the ball there for Pitman.
And Brian, I asked Coach Chris Thomas of Pitman. You know, he's been with the Pitman program for 5 years, and I asked him about 2019, that season that was when the Pitman Panthers dropped down to a JV program. Then they came back that last year, 2000. I guess it was 2018 because there had to be a typo there. 2019, they came back and won 6-3, and I asked him point blank, what did you think about that? And he said to me, he looked me right in the eye, and he said, "Hey, if we didn't make that move, our program would have folded. We would have been done. There would have been no more."
Well, I remember
Pitman.
a few years ago, Buddy, Wildwood went up and played Pitman, and I think Pitman had about 23 or 24 kids in uniform. So, yeah, they needed to put themselves in a position where they could build it and get some kids in and compete, and that's what they did for that 1 year. And it paid dividends last year. So, we'll see if they can continue that. And what's interesting, you have both teams are out. The captains are out at the field, in the middle of the field right now for the coin toss. One of these COVID protocols is that only one captain can go out on the field. So it's Ernie Troiano for Wildwood. And Wildwood has won the toss. And it's Eric Elliott for Pitman, who's the captain for the Panthers. Wildwood's wearing their all maroon uniforms with the white helmets. And Wildwood won the toss. They are deferring. Pitman wearing the white jerseys, black pants with orange accents, and they have black helmets. Wildwood coached by Ken Loomis, Pitman by Chris Thomas. So Wildwood will kick off to start this football game, and Pitman will receive on a beautiful night here at Maxwell Field. And if you're en route, you can still get in. There is a cap of 500 people for this game, but there still is some space here in the stands and some room here to keep it still at less than 500.
If this attendance were to swell close to 500 or then over 500, I'm sure the Wildwood administration would be ecstatic because the ticket revenue would be obviously outstanding. And
yes.
It is going. I mean, like Brian said too, it is a beautiful night.
All right, they're about to play the national anthem. We're going to take a 2-minute break. We'll come back with the start of this one right after this on 98.7 The Coast and CoastSportsToday.com.
And thank you very much.
Did you hand me that blue that blue cup? Thank you.
Technical difficulties. That's why you get a free app on your phone. I paid $1.99 and I got the whole song. Oh well. If they
Kicking off, defending the north end zone.
All right, we are back at Wildwood. Brian Kniff, Buddy Tarbot, an opening football game. Wildwood and Pitman. Wildwood kicking off, going from north to south on the kick here.
Number 1, Mike Bluford.
And Mike Bluford is back deep, along with Curris Cooper. It's a sophomore and a freshman for Pitman. Back deep, standing at about their own 20. Wildwood has it teed up. And looks like Joey DeSalvo will kick it off for the Warriors. It is an onside kick. It's bouncing around. And it looks like Wildwood's got it. So Wildwood starts the season with an onside kick. And they recover it. And they'll have 1st and 10 at the Pitman 47-yard line. What a start for Wildwood, buddy.
Yeah, Brian. And actually, Wildwood recovered it twice. The original player for the Warriors that fell on the football lost it.
Right.
And they were fortunate that the ball kept squibbing forward. And then another Warrior was able to fall down and tuck the ball away.
Now,
so it will be 1st and goal for the Warriors on the Pitman 46.
Oh, 1st and 10.
Yeah, 1st and goal. That's real wishful thinking.
All right, so ball just outside the 46. Wildwood will start with a 4-receiver set, 2 split to each side. Greg Mitchell, the lone running back.
Quarterback.
With Ernie Troiano in the shotgun, they're going to run a lot of read option this year from what we understand. Troiano keeps it. He's got all kinds of room across the 40, across the 30. Stiff arms a man. Down the sideline, loses his footing, falls down at the 10-yard line. But a 36-yard run by Ernie Troiano and a 1st down, and Wildwood's in business just 2 plays into the football game.
Wow, and that was, as you said, Brian, the read option, and Ernie Troiano did a great job. He faked it to the back that was on his right side, tucked it in, kept it himself. And you want to talk about daylight. He had a ton of grass open ahead of him.
Call it a 37-yard gain. They mark it at the 9, so it's 1st and goal from the 9 for Wildwood. A great fake by Troiano. And Wildwood's got to get out of the huddle and hurry up here. And it's the same formation, actually a different formation here. 3 receivers split to the far side. Mitchell the lone setback again. Troiano in the shotgun. Surveys the defense. Takes the snap. This time hands to Mitchell. He dives forward and picks up 2 or 3 down to about the 6 or 7.
Well, that's a good play coming back from that 37-yard run, Brian, as Troiano handed it off on the left side to Mitchell. Mitchell did a good job going straight up the middle, and as you said, he picked up positive yards. It was positive. They're going to say he's down at the 7-yard line, so it will be 2nd and goal from the 7.
It's 10:20 to go first quarter, no score. A big run by Ernie Troiano after Wildwood recovered an onside kick. They have 2nd and goal at the 7. 4 receivers, 2 split to each side. Mitchell the lone setback. And now everyone moved and the ball was never snapped. That's going to be an illegal procedure on Wildwood.
Well, talking to Coach Ken Loomis for the Wildwood Warriors before the game, Brian, and obvious, that is one of the things Coach Loomis pointed out. He said we can't get ourselves in situations where penalties are going to hurt us, stop our momentum, and we must not turn the football over.
All right, so that'll move it back to the 12. It's 2nd down and goal from the 12. Clock moving, 9:50 to go. I mean, that almost looked like the center was the one who forgot the snap count, buddy, because every player seemed to move, and the ball was never snapped. So here's Wildwood, second and goal from the 12. Troiano takes the snap. Options to Mitchell. Mitchell cuts it up the field, gets across the 10, maybe to the 9, so a pickup of about 3.
And I was just about to say right before that play, it'd be interesting to see when Coach Ken Loomis decides to have Ernie Triano go to the air.
And this might be it here. 3rd down and goal from the 9. Wildwood does not have much of a kicking game. The coaches have said that if they score a touchdown, they would almost definitely go for 2 points. So obviously this is 4-down territory here. You wouldn't expect them to send a field goal kicker on. 8:50 to go, no score. 3rd down and goal from the 9 for Wildwood. This time there's 2 backs in the backfield and 3 receivers, no tight end. Triano takes the snap, he's back to pass, rolls to his right, throws, it's caught, but it's going to be a 1-yard loss. Oh, and then we have players for Pitman. There was a player for Wildwood who was down on the ground, and a player for Pitman was yelling over him, and I don't think any of the referees saw it.
No,
and then everybody came running in, and now the flags fly.
Well, they clearly did not see that. And I believe the player on the ground was the quarterback, Triano, as he was hit as he released the ball.
Yeah, and you're going to have, what do we have here? I have a feeling we're going to have unsportsmanlike on Wildwood. I think that's what the official saw. But an official has to watch the quarterback.
Yeah, well,
and that did not happen there. Unsportsmanlike against Wildwood. It looks like we're going to have offsetting penalties. So it's going to be 4th and goal from the 10. And Triano looks like he's a little shaken up after the play as well.
Well, he took a hell of a shot, Brian. I mean, he released that football, so he was vulnerable. He was in the process of planting his left foot and then bringing that ball through with his right hand. He's a right-armed thrower.
Yeah, he actually, I just looked at it on video, buddy. He actually got pulled to the ground well after he threw the football. So it'll be 4th and goal from the 10.
And I'm sorry, but, how do the officials, one official, how do they miss not protecting the quarterback?
And now we have a whistle. Looks like the referee's walking over to the head coach Loomis to give him an explanation.
And Coach Loomis is not happy. And you know what, Brian? I don't blame him. His quarterback just got mugged.
Oh, and then not only that, but the Pitman player, that's when I actually looked at it. The Pitman player was standing over Triano, jawing at him. So here it is, 4th and goal at the 10. Triano in the shotgun, two in the backfield here. Takes the snap, rolls to his right, fires, caught for a touchdown. Caught for a touchdown in the corner, and he threw it right to his brother Dom Triano in the front right corner of the end zone. Now we have flags flying again in the end zone after the play. And we're going to have unsportsmanlike conduct on this. Let's see if it's offsetting or if it's just against one team. But Wildwood's on the board on a 4th down pass.
Well, Brian, it's one of the things. Dominic Triano, the brother of Ernie Triano, one of
triplets.
Yes. One of 3 triplets, and that's one way to I guess you would say, take what just happened and say, yeah, okay, come after me. Ernie Triano, again, he stood in there, and it was a beautiful, beautiful throw and a great catch.
Dom did a great job coming back to the football, caught it about 1.5 yards into the end zone. It was a great catch right along the sideline. That unsportsmanlike conduct penalty did go against Pitman. That will be assessed on the kickoff. Wildwood will go for 2 here.
So, wow, it's 8:02 to play here in the first quarter in season 2020, and the Wildwood Warriors are on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and they lead at 6-0. This is a team that hasn't had many leads. And they got the onside kick, a big run by Ernie Triano to set him up. Sputtered a little bit, but then on 4th and goal from the 10, 10-yard touchdown pass from Ernie Triano to Dom Triano. This is a good move here by the officials. They're bringing both captains together, and I'm sure this is one of those we're not going to tolerate the extracurricular stuff and to go back and inform your teammates. So this is a good move by the officials. Again, we had a offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct after it appeared to us that the officials missed a late hit against Pitman on a play, and then there was an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the next play against Pitman after the touchdown. So the officials doing a good job there of letting both teams know it's got to stop now. So Wildwood will line up for 2. They take it on the left hash mark. And Troiano again in the shotgun with Greg Mitchell as the back. Takes the snap, rolls to his right, fires, tipped, and incomplete. And a nice play made there by Aiden Yu. And Wildwood had a receiver there, but it was knocked down and incomplete. 8:02 to go first quarter, 6-0 Wildwood. Back after this 30-second break on 98.7 The Coast and CoastSportsToday.com.
I want to remind you of some upcoming sporting events. On Monday, girls soccer will be at Clayton. Boys soccer will be at home here at Maxwell Field at 4 p.m. And we have girls tennis at home at Fox Park, 4 o'clock. Come support the Warriors.
10-yard touchdown pass from Ernie Troiano to his brother Dominic, and Wildwood leads at 6-0. 8:02 to go first quarter. And the Warriors set to kick off here. They recovered an onside kick to start the game. High school football.
No, they did not assess that penalty, Brian, on the kickoff, unless they forgot.
Maybe Wildwood took it on the try then and moved it up to the 1.5 yard line. But yeah, it was not assessed here. So Wildwood will kick off from its own 40. Why would you take the penalty on the try to throw? You know what I mean, bud? You can throw from the 3.
Yeah, I mean,
to me, if you were going to take it on the try to up to the 1.5, then run the ball.
Looper back to the Panthers.
They try to fake,
wow,
and the ball goes out of bounds. And Wildwood was set up here to recover this onside kick. They had one player run across and not kick it. A second player did, but the kick didn't go 10 yards. So it goes out of bounds at the Wildwood 45, and Pitman will take it there. There's actually a lot of options that Pitman has there. You'd be a fool not to take it where it went out of bounds. You can make him re-kick. And you could, but it's a move him back and make him re-kick, but you take it where it lies. So it is 1st and 10 for Pitman. They trail 6-0, 8:02 to go, first quarter.
Charlie Spade, quarterback for the Panthers.
Yeah, it was a shame too, because now.
Yeah, they move it up with the 5 yards. I'm sorry, I forgot about that. So they can take, the option is take it where it went out +5. So obviously they can do that. So it's up to the 40, and it's 1st and 10 for Pitman at Wildwood's 40. Charlie Spaeth, the quarterback, 1 running back, and 3 receivers and a tight end. Actually, not a tight end, but a wing back on the right side. Spaeth takes the snap, hands off inside, and getting about 7 or 8 yards is Armando Kiefner. And it's not a good sign for Wildwood, buddy. He didn't get touched until he was about 5 yards into the Wildwood defense.
Well, that was and again, good execution by Pitman. The right side of that line just dominated the left side of Wildwood's defensive line. 2nd and 3. Spaeth takes the snap. Another handoff, and this time it's a nominal gain as Dom Troiano takes down Kiefner after a pickup of about 1 yard, and it'll bring up 3rd and 2. 3rd and a short 2.
3rd and 2 for the Panthers.
3rd and 2 for Pitman. Wildwood leading 6-0, 7:05 to go first quarter. Spaeth in the shotgun still. Wildwood jumps offside. That'll give Pitman a first down, and that was a senior, Sebastian Rivera, who encroached.
And again, Brian, that's one of those penalties. You know, it's 3rd and short, and Wildwood does not want to give Pitman free plays. Not only did they give him a free play by helping him pick up that first down, now Pitman, with the first down, gets to move the ball inside the Wildwood 30.
Spaeth takes the snap on 1st and 10. Hands off. Oh, nice penetration by Dom Troiano, Greg Mitchell, and Miguel Claudio. And it was a loss of 5 on the run by Armando Kiefner. That was a toss going to the left, and Wildwood was in the backfield in a hurry. So it brings up 2nd down. They call it a loss of 4, 2nd and 14. Ball at the 30-yard line. Fake the handoff. Spaeth keeps it, and he's going to pick up about 6. And it'll bring up 3rd down and call it a gain of 5. It's 3rd and 9. And Pitman, we saw, buddy, in warm-ups, Pitman has a pretty good kicker with a pretty good leg. Certainly inside 40 yards is his range. 3rd and 9. And Wildwood's offside again. And that's a killer because, you know, now it's, you know, on 3rd and 4 now. It changes the playbook for Pitman. They have 2 plays to get 4 yards. Moves the ball down to the 20.
Yeah, and it gives, as Brian said, it gives Pitman, you know, multiple options, and they are very talented offensively.
They hand it off on a sweep going to the far side and getting the first down and knocked out of bounds. And now we have a late flag come in. That was Karis Cooper on the run. And he picked up about 8, and it looks like it's going to be a late hit out of bounds on Wildwood. That'll move it half the distance. High school football on the coast, proudly brought to you by Crest Savings Bank. Banking since 1919 with branches to serve you throughout Cape May County. Give them a visit at crestsavings.com. So this will move the ball up about another 8 yards, half the distance. So it's 1st and goal at the 7-yard line for Pitman.
Now with a 1st and goal, ball to 7.
And this time it's Don D'Amico on a direct snap, and he runs it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, he ran it up the right side using the guard and the center, Brian, who opened up a hole that was very wide, and D'Amico basically took that in from the 7-yard line untouched and ties the score. 4:58 to play first quarter. And right now, Pitman trying to take the lead.
Aiden Yu on to try the extra point. Spaeth, the quarterback, is the holder. And there's the snap. It's kind of low, but Spaeth gets it to the tee, and Yu knocks it through. So 4:58 to go first quarter, 7-6 Pitman. Back after this 30-second break on 98.7 The Coast.
And the Pitman Panthers 7. More sporting events coming up for the Wildwood Warriors. On Tuesday, girls tennis will be at Pitman. And the cross-country team will be hosting Salem High School at 4:15 at the Convention Hall. Come out and support those Wildwood Warriors.
High school football on the coast, proudly brought to you by the City of Wildwood. They wish the Wildwood football team the best of luck this season. The City of Wildwood wants everyone to stay safe this school year. Protect yourself and others. One-Off Marketing specializes in many services for your business or personal use. One-Off Marketing is located at Bennett and Pacific Avenues in Wildwood. Log on to oneoffmarketing.com, and good luck, Wildwood Warriors. And Deion D'Amico's 7-yard run and the kick by Adam Yu gives Pitman a 7-6 lead, and that was just a killer offside penalty, buddy, on 3rd and 9 that moved it up 4 yards, and then the 8 or 9 yard run and the personal foul set Pitman up for the touchdown.
And Wildwood committed 5 penalties, Brian, to help Pitman on that drive. I mean, Pitman does not really need a lot of help on the offensive side of the football.
They kick it deep, and it's taken back there by Miguel Claudio. And he runs across the 30, trying to get outside the 35, breaks a tackle up across the 40, stiff arms a man, and gets up to the 46. So a good return by Claudio.
47-yard line.
A return of about 27 yards. He actually had to back up to his own 20 to retrieve the kick. He was standing at his 25. Kick was over his head a little bit, but a good run there. He broke a tackle and then used a stiff arm to get another 5 yards as well. So a good run by Miguel Claudio, and Wildwood has it 1st and 10 at its own 47, trailing 7-6, 4:46 to go before halftime.
Well, Brian, and Miguel Claudio, you know, he is a tremendous athlete.
Right.
And he's one of the fan favorites, you know, during the basketball season because of his athleticism, and he's a burst of energy, which we just saw right there. I mean, he came up, caught that. Well, actually, he had to take a couple steps back to regather himself, catch that ball on the 20, and then a beautiful run down that right sideline. And you know, he was a tackle away from maybe taking that to the house. So it's a 27-yard return. So the Wildwood Warriors will get to start 1st and 10 on their own 47.
Triano in the shotgun. Claudio this time is the setback. 4 receivers, 2 split to each side. Triano takes the snap, hands it off. Good run by Claudio across the 50, across the 40. He's going to go inside the 30, the 20, the 10. Oh, and a great play down there as they track him down inside the 5. Great job by Dominic Hainsworth. Claudio looked like he was gone, and Hainsworth tracked him down at the 4-yard line. But Wildwood will have it 1st and goal on the 4-yard line. And actually, they mark it back to the 6. So it's a 51-yard run by Miguel Claudio.
And that's twice now. Wildwood gets the football in Claudio's hands. And he, like I said, Brian, he's electrifying. He sped down that right sideline. Give him a lot of credit.
Yeah, Hainsworth, because Claudio at the 25-yard line or so looked like he was gone. There was no one within 5 yards of him. And Hainsworth tracked him down to prevent the touchdown. So 1st and 10 for Wildwood at the 6. 4 minutes to go, first quarter. Shotgun for Triano, takes the snap. It's a straight quarterback draw. He's in for the touchdown. He got hit at the goal line, but just basically fell across, and Wildwood is back up on top, 12-7.
I'll tell you what, and again, that time the interior of the Wildwood offensive line, they did a good job of getting Pitman back on their heels, and that's all Ernie Triano needed, Brian. As again, he's a big athletic kid with a long stride, and he just took it in off the left side of the center, and he shook off one hit, but he was in the end zone, and it's now Wildwood on top, 12-7 with 3:42 to go.
Wildwood going for 2. Claudio the setback this time. Triano swings it out to Nolan. It was actually a backward pass, and Nolan is gang tackled at about the 7-yard line. So actually it goes down as a run. The run fails, but it's Wildwood leading it 12-7, 3:49 to go first quarter. Back after this 30-second break on CoastSportsToday.com and 98.7 The Coast.
Up 12, Pitman Panthers 7.
Back at Wildwood, a 6-yard touchdown run by Ernie Triano puts Wildwood back up on top, 12-7 over Pitman with 3:49 to go in the first quarter. High school football on the coast brought to you by Douglas Fudge on the boardwalk at Wildwood Avenue. They wish the best of luck to the Wildwood Warriors this season. Douglas Fudge, making the world a sweeter place for everyone. And Wildwood will tee it up. And it is a squib kick, and diving on the football right at midfield is Aiden Yu.
Yeah, you did a good job that time. And he's got very good hands, as he is their kicker. He's one of those guys, that you want up front on plays like that. He's a wide receiver linebacker. Plus the kicker for this Pitman football team.
Wildwood up 12-7. Pitman the football at the Warrior 49-yard line. And now we have a flag for, I don't know if this is a sideline warning. Yes. It's a sideline warning on Wildwood.
Yeah, because they threw the pink flag, not a yellow one. So the pink flag.
No, well, his flag is pink. That's for breast cancer awareness, but here in October.
Well, again, I was just pointing out to our listeners it was a pink flag.
Right. It's not like he's carrying around two different flags. That's all I'm saying.
Well, he could have washed his yellow flags in with his with
his dark colors,
his pink underwear.
But maybe it was a white flag that he washed with his dark colors. Yeah. 1st and 10 for Pitman to run off the right side.
Number 34, Keithner.
And Keithner picks up about 9 on that run. 2nd down and 1. Ball at the 41-yard line. Another handoff. And this one's a short gain by Keithner, but it's enough for the first down as he picked up about 3. So 1st and 10 for Pitman. 3:16 to go. Clock will restart once they set the chains here in the first quarter. Wildwood 12, Pitman 7. Ernie Triano with a touchdown pass and run for Wildwood's 2 touchdowns. And here's Spaeth in the shotgun. Now he's going to reset. He looks across, gets instructions for another play, gives some signals to his lineman, resets the running back, takes the snap, fakes a handoff. He's going to run it on his own, and he does a good job to pick up 4 yards after being hit at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, absolutely. That was just all effort, all second and third effort that time by Spaeth. Got to give him a lot of credit there, Brian. Charlie Spaeth, the junior quarterback, and he's putting his team in a very manageable 2nd down.
2nd down in the long 6. Takes the snap. Spaeth rolling to his right. He's going to fire downfield. Man wide open and into the end zone for the touchdown.
Wide open is number 80.
And a touchdown pass to John DeChristopher from 34 yards out.
Yeah, he just got behind the Warrior secondary
It was the first pass that Pitman's attempted.
And Spaeth put it right on his number. That was just, again, another tremendous throw from Spaeth.
All right, so Pitman's now up 13-12, 2:10 to go first quarter. I hope you took the over, buddy.
Aiden Kiwi for the extra point.
Another low snap. Spaeth does a good job to get it to the tee, and Aiden Yu knocks it in again.
Panthers bringing the score now.
And it is 14-12, Pitman with 2:10 to go first quarter. Back after this 30-second break on 98.7 The Coast and coastsportstoday.com.
More sporting events for next week.
Who did he throw that ball to? Number 80?
Versus Salem at home. Boys soccer will be at Salem. On Thursday, we've got tennis at Shalleck. And don't forget football right here versus Gloucester City. That's Thursday afternoon.
34-yard touchdown pass from Charlie Spaeth to John DeChristopher gives Pitman the lead again. They now lead at 14-12, 2:10 to go in a first quarter that is taking about as long as some halves do, I think, buddy.
Yeah, thank God it's a 6 o'clock start. But each team has had the ball twice and scored twice.
There's the kick. Claudio again will take it, this time at about his own 21. Stutter steps a bit, now turns on the Jets, gets through the 40 and out to the 43. So another good return by Claudio. And Wildwood will have it at their own 43-yard line. So they'll mark it up at the 44, it looks like. First and 10, Warriors. High school football on the coast brought to you by Troiano & Sons. They're your home for masonry and concrete work. Troiano & Sons also proudly supports the local community. Give them a call today for any of your needs, 522-3355. 14-12 Pitman, exactly 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. And it's been a back-and-forth game. Wildwood's actually used the big play to set up its scores. Pitman has kind of driven the ball a little bit more, although they did get a big play there for the last touchdown, a 34-yard scoring pass. First and 10 for Wildwood at their own 44-yard line. Three receivers split to the near side. Greg Mitchell, the lone setback. One receiver to the far side. Ernie Triano in the shotgun. Takes the snap, fires a pass. It's tipped and incomplete. Tipped at the line of scrimmage. And it was intended for Junior Hans, a freshman. You want to talk about high praise, buddy? Brian Adair, the assistant coach for Wildwood, who was a good football player in his own right up at West Catholic in Philadelphia. He's in their Hall of Fame. He actually said to me before the game that Junior Hans has the potential to be a scholarship football player. That's how much ability he has, and he's going to be a kid that we're going to watch in a lot of sports over these next 4 years.
Yes, there'll be a lot of Junior Hans on our airwaves.
Second and 10 for Wildwood at their own 44. Three receivers. This time there's two in the backfield as Nolan shifts to more of a fullback position or a wingback position. And now we have a flag. And I think Wildwood took too much time, so it's a delay of game.
And that is exactly what the call is.
Warriors.
So it'll be 2nd and 15 now, back at the 39. .152 to go, first quarter. Trano takes the snap, and he hands it off. Mitchell broke a tackle at the line of scrimmage and ended up picking up about 6. Good run by Mitchell, but still bring up 3rd and long due to that penalty before the previous play. So he'll be up to the 46 and actually call it a gain of 7. It'll be 3rd and 8 at the Wildwood 46. 1:22 to go here in the first quarter. 14-12, Wildwood trailing Pitman.
But Brian, and again, Wildwood picks up that 5-yard, that 5-yard penalty and moves them back. And, those 5-yard penalties, they don't sound like a lot, but they sure add up, and they can be a drive killer.
3rd and 8, Wildwood better hurry again as the play clock is winding down. And there's the snap. It was low. Triano dug it out. Throws far side. It is intercepted. Intercepted at the 35-yard line. And I think the rush from the far side of the field forced Triano to throw that ball a little earlier than he wanted to. And it's intercepted down at the 35-yard line of Pitman.
And that's exactly right, Brian, as Ernie Triano took another monster hit as he released that football. He took a shot right across his chest and was planted into the ground.
Yeah, and he's struggling a little bit. I mean, he plays both sides of the ball like most of these players for Wildwood do, especially the juniors and seniors. And he's a little late getting into his safety position here. Spaeth in the shotgun, takes the snap, will hand it off.
Keefner with the ball.
Cutting it up is Keefner, breaks a tackle at the 50, cuts it back across the far side.
Wow.
Still on his feet, and finally taken down inside the 25 to the 22.
Taken down by Greg Mitchell. Panthers now with the 1st and 10 on the Warrior 22.
It's a 43-yard run.
I'll tell you what, Keefner made a couple of really good moves, Brian, to have tacklers miss him as he worked his way to that right sideline.
15 seconds to go in the quarter. 1st and 10 for Pitman.
Morales with the ball.
Handoff, breaking tackles, and getting up near a 1st down.
Tackle number 52, Joey Watt.
It was Pablo Morales, I believe that was on the run. And that was a gain of 8. It's the final play of the first quarter. Very good first quarter. It's Pitman 14, Wildwood 12. We'll take a 30-second break back after this on 98.7 The Coast and coastsportstoday.com.
2 minutes for that quarter.
We were on 13. How many? What was it? Second down?
6 area.
We'll see. I'll try to help them out, but I didn't. Because the thing was going on.
Back at Wildwood, Brian Kniff, Buddy Tarbot, and 14-12. Pitman leads as we get set to start the second quarter.
And a very exciting first quarter played by both teams, as there was one point where Wildwood had the football twice and scored touchdowns on both possessions, and Pitman also had the ball twice and scored on both of their possessions. Wildwood had gotten the ball back trailing 14-12, and Ernie Triano was intercepted down the far left sideline. But as Brian had called correctly, he was under a tremendous amount of pressure and was forced to throw the ball a little bit earlier than I believe that he wanted to. And boy, did he take a hit after he released that football. I mean, he was planted in the turf, and he's still, obviously shaking that off. I mean, he is one tough kid, as we know from watching him as a player in multiple sports growing up. So, there's no quit in that kid. And Ernie Triano, he was able to bounce back up, and now it is going to be 2nd and 2 to start this second quarter for Pitman from the Wildwood 13-yard line. So the Warriors, obviously, Brian, they want to come up big here and try and get a turnover and at least hold Pitman to a field goal.
Spaeth takes that snap, hands it off right up the middle, and Keefner dives, and There's been it's a touchdown. I didn't see an indication given, but it is a touchdown. So it's a 13-yard run by Kiefner and a touchdown for Pitman, and they extend their lead to 20-12. With 11:49 to go here in
Number 3, Aiden for the
second quarter. Aiden Yu on for the kick. And Spaeth had to pull it back. Oh, he's got a man wide open, but he underthrew him. It was a low snap. Spaeth got up, rolled out. And Kiefner was wide open in the end zone, but Spaeth underthrew him. 30-second break. We'll be back right after this with Pitman up 20-12 over Wildwood. 98.7 The Coast and CoastSportsToday.com. Pitman 20, Wildwood 12 after 13-yard touchdown run by Armando Kiefner here early in the second quarter. High school football on the coast brought to you by the Saratoga Grill. They're a proud sponsor of Wildwood football, and they'd like to wish the coaches and players of the Warriors the best of luck this season. That's the Saratoga Grill, located at 7501 Ocean Avenue in Wildwood Crest, open 7 days a week in the summer and weekends in the spring and fall shoulder seasons. 19th hole in memory of the late coach Jimmy McMichael. 19th hole Enterprises and the McMichael family would like to wish everyone the best of luck in tonight's game. So it's Pitman 20, Wildwood 12. And really the difference here is that Pitman got a stop on that interception. Wildwood hasn't gotten a stop yet. It's been a high-scoring game so far, 20-12. This kick is punched high, and Joe Awad takes a fair catch. And I don't know if he was instructed to do that, but he had some daylight ahead of him. He could have gotten another at least 7 yards or so, but he takes a fair catch at the Wildwood 34, and Wildwood will start there 1st and 10.
He had plenty of
yeah, you know, it may have been coached that way, buddy. You know, sometimes the coaches will just say to up men, if they kick it high and you get under it, just call a fair catch. Just might be automatic. But, yeah, I mean, he could have probably gotten up to at least the 40 had he tried to return it. As it is, Wildwood will have it 1st and 10 at their own 34. 11:42 to go before halftime, 20-12, Wildwood trailing Pitman.
No, Awad, he's a junior offensive linebacker, so you could be correct there. They didn't want an offensive lineman running with the football.
No. Although here at Wildwood, buddy, offensive linemen sometimes are 170 pounds and they can run.
Well, yes.
Ernie Triano hands it off to Miguel Claudio. Tries to break some tackles running right, couldn't, and got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe gained a yard.
Aiden on the tackle.
Be 2nd down and 9. High school football on the coast brought to you by Oliveri Chiropractic. Advanced pain relief to keep you active. Their state-of-the-art pain relief center offers the most advanced, non-invasive treatments to get you back doing what you love. Oliveri Chiropractic on Route 9 in Rio Grande. Just over 11 minutes to go before halftime. Wildwood trailing 20-12 to Pitman. And they have a 2nd down and 9 at their own 35-yard line. And 2 in the backfield this time as Ernie Triano is in the shotgun. He's taken all snaps from the shotgun tonight. Takes this snap and held on to it on the read option and was tackled. And now we have a late flag coming in. And I think this is going to be against Wildwood.
We got a flag on the play.
Well, Jose Matos, he's not real happy with the call.
Well, it's going to be offsetting personal fouls. So that's dead ball after the play, so it'll just stay right here, 3rd down and 9.
So Wildwood's looking at about a 3rd down and 8.
I mean, Matos may have been protesting that he didn't do anything, but that's always the claim.
Who, me? I was nowhere near the plate, Coach. I don't know what he was looking at.
They gave Troiano a gain of 1, so it's 3rd and 8. The offsetting penalties occurred after the play, so it's not a replay of the down. 3rd and 8 for Wildwood at their own 36. 10.5 to go before halftime. They trail by 8. Here's a pass caught by Junior Hans. He's hit, tries to break a tackle and can't. Picks up about 2 or 3.
Well, I'll tell you what, and right there, Junior Hans, the freshman, he did show some toughness. And that wasn't an easy tackle. That took 2 or 3 Pitman players, Brian, to wrestle him to the ground.
I think one of them was wrestling him to the ground, but maybe the other was wrestling him there.
Well, we got to keep it in the WWE flair.
For 4th down and 6, it looks like Wildwood's going to go for it here on their own 38. So an interesting call here at 20-12. They trail, and this might be one of those where they're going to try to go long count here or double count, try to draw Pitman offside. Nope. It's a fake. Now he fires downfield. Caught by Hans for a 1st down. Trying to break the tackle, and he's finally taken down inside the 25. What a catch by Junior Hans.
That was it. That was a tremendous catch by the freshman. You talk about concentration, Brian, and keeping his eye on the ball, not worried about where the defender was. And he picked it basically right off the helmet of the Pitman player. And a good toss. Again, Ernie Triano, he took a hit. He was going to get walloped as he released that football. And Wildwood with a big gain.
It was a nice play in that, Ernie actually faked like he was going to throw the ball over the middle, and I think that held the safety. So it was one-on-one coverage on the outside, and Junior Hans, a freshman, just won the battle on the outside there. So it's 1st and 10 for Wildwood at the 23-yard line of Pitman. 8:40 to go before halftime. Fakes, another throw. This one's batted down.
And he was trying to go to Junior Hans again on the left side.
Joe Costa, senior linebacker, got his hand up and knocked that one down. 2nd down and 10 for Wildwood at the 23 of Pitman. $8:32 to go before halftime. And Wildwood looking to get back in the game here, trailing by 8. And they have it 2nd and 10 at the Pitman 23-yard line. Triano takes the snap. He's going to keep it. And he takes it over the left side and picks up about 2.
Yeah, he got back to the line of scrimmage, which was the 22, just barely, Brian. They're going to mark it down at inside the 22. So we'll call it a 3rd and 10 or a very long 3rd and 9.
So they, that was an option play, and it looked like Ernie Triano thought that he had a lot more room there, so he tucked it under himself, and then the hole, or the space, I should say, closed quickly as he got hit from his right side.
Well,
so 3rd down and 9.
Wildwood's in 2-down territory either way.
Triano takes the snap, swings it out in the flat to Johnny Nolan. Good play there for Wildwood. Good tackle on the outside, but it's a pickup of about 5 or 6. Makes 4th down much more manageable. Nolan's first catch, and it's a pickup of 5, so it'll bring up 4th and 4 inside the Pitman 20. And as we'll be inside 7 minutes by the time this play goes off. Wildwood takes a long time between plays. They try to shorten the game, actually. Ernie Triano comes all the way over to the sideline to get each play. But sometimes it leaves them in a position where they're battling against the clock,
yes.
The play clock. And right now they're lining up, and we're already inside 5 seconds on the play clock. And Triano takes the snap. And we have a whistle, and I think someone for Wildwood may have moved early.
Yeah, that's going to be a motion penalty. And it's going to be just another 5-yard penalty, Brian, against the Warriors. So that's going to take it to a 4th and 9, pushing the ball back to.
Yeah.
The 22-yard line.
Right. Score from Middle Township's game, they're at Clayton. They're down 14-0 in the second quarter. 4th down and 9 for Wildwood here. As Buddy said, ball at the 22-yard line. Let's see if they try to go to Junior Hans again. He's shown some nice flashes here tonight. See if they try to go to him on 4th and 9. Triano, he hands it off to Claudio, and this play goes nowhere.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Pitman was all over that. They read that play as it was coming out of the Warrior huddle. I mean, they just shut that down, as Brian just said, but they were in the backfield almost the entire defensive line. Miguel Claudio did not have a chance.
Yeah, it was a loss of 3, and now Pitman takes over with 5:56 to go before halftime at their own 27. Very imperative here for Wildwood to hold Pitman out of the end zone here at the end of the half. Handoff on a sweep. And coming up and making the play. Good hit by Greg Mitchell. Whoa. And now we have a looks like we're going to have a late hit on Pitman on the near sideline.
And again, that time that was Joe Awad involved in that play for the Warriors.
So it was late hit out of bounds on Pitman. After it was a gain of about 3. And now this personal foul will move them half the distance to the goal. And that'll take it back inside, right at the 15-yard line. So it ends up, and actually they didn't have to go half the distance because the ball was at the 30, so it does go back 15 yards. So it'll be 2nd down and about 23. Back to pass is Spaeth. It's a middle screen. It's incomplete. Tried to set up a middle screen there to Kiefner. And Kiefner didn't have a chance at that one as the ball was thrown low. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 22.
And again, right now, this is a big play for the Warrior defense. They do not want to allow any positive momentum by the Pitman Panthers.
Yeah, and this is a play here, buddy. You can give up 10 yards or 15 yards, but just don't give up the big one. I mean, Pitman will punt if they don't get the big play here. As a pass incomplete, that was nearly intercepted. It's thrown way high.
For number 34, Dominic Hainsworth.
Was looking for Hainsworth. And closest player to it was Joey DeSalvo, made a diving effort. Nearly came up with the interception. So Pitman will punt as that personal foul penalty really kills their momentum, and Wildwood will should get the ball with good field position here.
And that's what we talked about. You know, Wildwood was doing that to themselves throughout that first half, giving Pitman 5-yard penalties, and helping them move the football. That time, the Warriors get a break.
Hans standing back at his own 50, looking to retrieve this punt. Pitman punter standing right on the goal line. It's a good snap, not much of a rush. It's a high kick, and Wildwood, Hans is going to let it bounce. It bounces at the 45, and it's down there by Pitman. So Wildwood will have the ball, good field position, at the Pitman 45-yard line here in 8.5 with 5:02 to go. High school football on the coast, brought to you by Spill the Wine. They feature 8 wines and six draft beers on tap, and they're also a full-service packaged goods liquor store for takeout. Spill the Wine at 4100 Atlantic Avenue in Wildwood. Check them out on Facebook at Spill the Wine Wildwood, and go Wildwood Warriors.
And what's interesting, Brian, Junior Hans, the freshman, instead of trying to come up, catch that ball, and make something spectacular, happen, that ball actually made it to the 46-yard line, and then it started to curl back a little bit and then stopped on the 45 before Pitman could get to it to down it. So the Warriors there picking up a little bit of momentum, and let's see, with 5:02 to go here in the first half, if they can cash it in.
1st and 10 for the Warriors. Troiano in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Keeps it, runs right through the middle, has a big gain across the 30, and is taken down at the 25-yard line. The read option again, and it's a 20-yard gain by Ernie Troiano.
I'll tell you what, that was a good call and a well-executed play by Wildwood High. And Ernie Troiano, the talented junior quarterback, picks up 20 yards on that carry.
Wildwood, I believe, buddy, Wildwood has all 3 timeouts. And I think both teams have all 3 timeouts. So Wildwood, the clock certainly not a factor here as they have the ball at the Pitman 25-yard line. 4.5 to go before halftime. 20-12 Pitman leads. Claudio this time is the running back behind Ernie Troiano in the shotgun. Long count here. Takes the snap. Hands to Claudio. Tries the left side. Has some room. Gets a good block. Oh, we had a whistle blow.
Mike Bluford on the tackle.
Wow. A very early whistle blew. And it looks like they're going to mark Claudio back. Oh, no, we have a penalty here.
They're going to say motion against Wildwood.
Well, that play was allowed to go for a long time before it was blown dead. That's way too long. If that's a procedure penalty, the play's got to be stopped dead. That play ran through for 6 or 7 seconds before the whistle blew.
1st and 15. Ball on the Pitman Panthers.
Yeah, and the thing is, buddy, you say, okay, it's no big deal. Well, it is a big deal because you're in a violent sport here. What if a player gets hurt on that and you didn't blow the whistle fast enough? Well, 1st and 15 now for Wildwood back at the 30.
And absolutely, Brian. That was a late whistle.
Troiano back to pass. Fires, incomplete. Threw it behind Junior Hans. He tried to adjust, couldn't do so. That'll bring up 2nd and 15. Well, Wildwood thought they were going to get about a 10-yard run there by Claudio, and instead a whistle blew. And I think initially the Wildwood coaches went ballistic because I think they thought that the official blew the play dead early when Claudio was first hit, thinking that his forward progress was started. And the explanation came that, no, we had a legal procedure penalty. So either way, it's now 2nd and 15 for Wildwood back at their own 30. 3:42 to go before halftime. Three receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Troiano in the shotgun, Claudio in the backfield. Back to pass, rolling to his right, fires out in the flat, incomplete. Diving effort by Nolan. He wouldn't have had much had he caught it.
Now, because he was, as you said, Brian, he was trying to dive to catch it, and that momentum would have taken him right to the ground.
And now we have an injury timeout as it looks like Nolan is shaken up over there. He tried to make a diving effort to make that catch. So with the injury, we'll take a 30-second break. Back after this on 98.7 The Coast.
Battery pack thing charging. We can plug that into that.
We'll see where it is. Yeah. Well,
Figures it's a long.
Back at Maxwell Field in Wildwood, Pitman 20, Wildwood 12, 3:32 to go before halftime. We're in an injury timeout, and this almost looks like it's in the cramping realm as they're trying to stretch. I believe it's Johnny Nolan over there, and he looks like he'll end up being okay. He just sat up, but it looks like it's one of those cramp things that will happen if you're not hydrated enough, and he'll get some help coming off the field. High school football on the coast, brought to you by the law office of Seth A. Fusilero. They are proud to wish the Wildwood Warriors the best of luck in today's opener. They're a full-service law firm in Wildwood offering representation for family law, personal injury, landlord and tenant matters, real estate and condominium law, and municipal court matters. Call the law office of Seth Fusilero, 609-522-6633. So it is Nolan coming off, and he's still limping there. Mandy Perez, the trainer, walking him off, and hopefully he can hopefully this is just a cramp and he can return, and they are stretching him on the sideline. 3rd down and 15 for Wildwood. Triano takes the snap, hands it off, no, actually kept it, and was taken down right at the line of scrimmage. And they'll bring up, actually may have lost a yard, bring up 4th and 16.
Yeah, they're going to mark it as a 1-yard loss. So with 3:20 and the clock continues to run here in the first half.
Buddy, I'm surprised that Pitman isn't taking a timeout here. And now I think they finally did, or maybe Wildwood did. Now, see, if I was Wildwood, I would have let that thing run down all the way to 1 second on the play clock, but they're going to take a timeout with 3:12 to go. They'll have a long 4th down when we return back after this 30-second break on 98.7 The Coast. Back at Maxwell Field, Brian Kniff, Buddy Tarbot, 20-12. Wildwood trails Pitman. 3:12 to go in the second quarter. Kind of surprised that Wildwood took that timeout so early in the play clock on 4th and very long this late in the half. Probably would have been better served to make Pitman call a timeout, or at the very least, or run the play clock down to take more time off. In the event you don't get this 4th down play, it's 4th and actually 16. Long count. Triano takes the pass, takes the snap. He's back to pass. Fires far side, incomplete. And he was looking for Junior Hans down the right side. It was overthrown. Pitman will take over 1st and 10 at the Wildwood 31. At the Pitman 31.
And Brian, let's give credit to Pittman's defense as well. That was well covered. Pitman had 2 players out there, and one actually had a step on Junior Hans and had a better direction towards the football. So Pitman, Coach Chris Thomas doing a great job over there on his sideline. and they made the proper adjustment and shut that down. So they take over on.
Here's a handoff, and Kiefner's got big running room up across the 40. He's got a first down and a pickup of about 11.
Ernie Triano on the tackle.
And that'll move it up to the 42-yard line, 1st and 10.
For the Panthers.
Ernie Triano made the tackle from the safety position. Another handoff to Kiefner. And now we're going to have a penalty here after a run of about 6 or 7 yards. This is going to go back for holding.
We've got a flag on the play, holding against the Panthers.
So spot of the foul penalty. This will end up being a loss of about 9. And it's a big penalty there because Pitman had picked up 7 or 8 yards on that run as well. And they were up across midfield, or at least at midfield. Now it's going to move it back to their own 34-yard line.
And Kiefner, as we can see here tonight, Brian, he's one of those guys, the more touches he gets, the more momentum he builds up.
It was actually an 8-yard penalty, spot of the foul. So it's 1st and 18 here. Pass play, far side, it's caught. And it's a pickup of a good pickup. It'll bring up 2nd down and about 6. And
now on the 45.
Spike finding Eric Elliott on that.
Make it 2nd and 7. Ball's marked at the 35. Hand it off again to Kiefner. Kiefner has a first down and more. He's inside Wildwood's 45 to the 44. And it's a pickup of 11 and a first down. First and 10 for Pitman at the Wildwood 44. High snap, dug out of there by Spaeth. This time they wrap up Kiefner. Actually, that time it was Pablo Morales, and he picked up maybe a yard or just got back to the line of scrimmage. Bring up 2nd down and 10.
The clock continues to run. We're coming up on the 1:03 mark. Coach Chris Thomas really getting animated on that sideline. Getting his play over to Spike.
It's taking an awfully long time here. They hand it off on a sweep to the wide receiver coming across. And Hainsworth picks up about 6. And
Triano brothers in on the tackle.
It'll be, they mark it as a 5-yard gain, so it's 3rd and 5, but there's just 24 seconds left. Back to pass, fires, incomplete. Nice break on the ball by Junior Hans. And I don't think he got a hand on it, but he really disrupted it, and DeChristopher couldn't come up with it.
If he didn't get his hand on it, Brian, he definitely got his hand in the vision of DeChristopher.
Timeout Wildwood. We're going to keep it here during this timeout. 19 seconds to go. That's a good timeout to take. Clock was already stopped for the incomplete pass. And, the Wildwood's going to try to regroup defensively here, give their kids a little bit of a break. It'll be 4th down and 5 at the Wildwood 39-yard line. High school football on the coast brought to you by Reef Family Pharmacy. They're a full-service pharmacy located at 804 Route 9 South in Cape May Courthouse. Reef Family Pharmacy has been serving the local community for the past 11 years, and they support all of the athletes in tonight's game. Hemingway's at the Grand Hotel in Cape May is the locals' favorite spot at the shore. Follow them on Facebook or visit them at the Grand Hotel, Oceanfront on Beach Avenue in Cape May. 20-12, Pitman. 19 seconds to go before halftime. 4th down and 5 for the Panthers at the Wildwood 39-yard line. Spaeth takes the snap, has a lot of time, looking, fires, it's caught, and getting out of bounds
He was wide.
to Christopher for a first down, and it's a gain of about 14.
He was wide open. Big pass that time by the junior quarterback, Spaeth.
First and 10 on the Wildwood.
First and 10 at the Wildwood 25 with 10 seconds to go in the half. Spaeth in the shotgun here. Takes the snap. Fires. It's caught. And breaking some tackles, diving forward with 2 seconds to go, and we have a timeout at the 20-yard line.
Timeout with 1 second.
And that pass was complete to Hainsworth. And it's a pickup of 5. And they're going to send the kicker, Aiden Yu, on. And I thought, Buddy, that Pitman, this whole drive, I thought they settled for let's get into field goal range. I mean, they had all 3 of their timeouts left, and there was one play earlier in this drive. They let about 30 seconds go off the clock after a running play. Never stopped the clock, and they were moving the ball down the field, but they just didn't have enough time. So now they're going to trot Aiden Yu on for a 37-yard field goal attempt here.
And there is absolutely no wind.
And we were watching this kid in the pregame, Buddy. He has plenty of leg to make it from this distance. And let's see what happens here. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is short.
Wow.
And why was the whistle blown?
That's right.
Wildwood can return that ball. The ball was caught in the end zone by Ernie Troiano. Now we have late hits and players trying to be separated out there over in the corner. And let's see what we have here. We have all kinds of flags. Players are being pulled out. This is a mess.
Yeah, they have no control over this, do the officials. Wow.
Please stay off the field. Stay off the field.
And we have it's all broken up now, but we have a Pitman player injured in the end zone, but he looks like he's getting up okay. Ken Loomis, the Wildwood coach, is incensed. Wildwood, and obviously this is a mess, what happened after the play. This is a mess, what happened after the play here. But Wildwood coaches have a beef here because Wildwood can return that missed field goal. It was caught in the end zone by Ernie Troiano, and as he started to run out, the officials blew the play dead. He can return that missed field goal. And then there was all kinds of hits going on there was players came together in the corner after the play, and then we had what was basically almost a melee, and security had to come in and some police. And, we'll see what happens here, but I don't know what the officials saw, but we could end up seeing ejections out of this.
Well, I think there's absolutely no way there's going to be some players that are going to be ejected. I mean, it really, really got out of hand, and it was a very unfortunate what happened. I mean, Brian, and you're 110% correct. The officials missing or not allowing that missed field goal to be returned when that clearly, that's just, wow, what a circus. That's needless to say, these 5 guys in stripes are not having a very good night.
Yeah, well, listen, you talk about it all the time. You officiated, buddy. I officiate. We're both basketball guys. You also did baseball. And the one thing you always talk about is you can miss stuff on your judgment, but you can't miss rules. That right there was a missed rule. I mean, Wildwood by rule should have an opportunity to return that kick, and then I think because of that, the Wildwood coaches kind of went crazy. Then the whistles blew, and Ernie Troiano, I believe, was still running, and then after the whistles, Pitman hit him. And I don't know if there was any malice there. It was okay. A kid's running, so we're going to hit him. And then everybody came together, and it turned into a melee in the corner of the end zone. Here at Maxwell Field, if you're listening on the radio, it's the corner closest to the rec center. So it was the southwest corner,
and it's the main gate.
End zone.
It's the main gate where fans come in.
Right.
And not only is it, as Brian said, where the rec center is, but even more importantly, it's where the snack stand is.
Yeah. Right. Thanks, bud. So we have Buddy never misses where the snack stand is. At the half, it is 20-12. Wildwood trailing Pitman after the missed 37-yard field goal and the melee in the corner there. And the referees came together, and we'll have to see if we can get something out of this. I don't know if players will be ejected. Certainly looks like there could have been multiple ejections here, but we'll see. All right, well, either way, it is halftime. Pitman leads it 20-12. We're going to take a 4-minute timeout. We'll come back after this on 98.7 The Coast and CoastSportsToday.com. Nah, we're all right. There's probably 30% on there. It's like 45. That's probably good. Yeah. We'll check it between quarters, April 2nd and 3rd.
And it figures it's the longest.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's a good game.
Yeah.
That's. You get it all?
Yeah. Do you want me to turn away when stuff like that happens, or just keep going?
Keep part of the game.
Yeah. Doesn't mean we got it.
Yeah.
No, let's go on. You could come back to, yo, what are you doing? Good. All good?
And the Pitman coach is like crying every time we come down here, man. And I was like, shut up, dude.
It's true. I've had this game twice over the years.
Pitman Wildwood.
One game I called with 2 minutes, 42 minutes left to play in the game. I had a call just like.
I could see this getting called if one more of those could break out. They haven't even given you the signal to start halftime yet, have they?
They gotta find out what they're gonna do. They might not close anybody. It's such a melee.
They might not have seen anything. Yeah.
You have to be absolutely 100% sure. You can't just plus.
Yeah. Yeah.
15 guys to fight. Just have it in my meeting. Just so we can fight.
Back at Maxwell Field in Wildwood, Brian Kniff, Buddy Tarbot, 20-12. Pittman leads Wildwood here at the half, and actually, technically, halftime has yet to start. There was basically a melee in the corner of the end zone following a missed field goal attempt at the horn of the second quarter, and the referees are trying to sort this out right now and try to see what happened, or there could be ejections, could be multiple penalties in there. I guess in theory the penalties really don't matter because it was after the play at the end of the half, unless obviously there's an ejectionable offense there. But it is 20-12, Pittman on top. It was actually a very good first half. It was chippy, but a very good first half between these two teams. Wildwood's got their two scores on an Ernie Troiano to Dom Troiano 10-yard touchdown pass after the Warriors recovered an onside kick to start the game. And then Ernie Troiano also had a short touchdown run on a quarterback draw. But Pittman has the lead here 20-12 here at the half. And they missed the 37-yard field goal as time expired. And kind of what started this thing was, as the field goal was missed, Ernie Troiano caught the missed field goal in the end zone and started to return it, and the whistles blew. And by rule, he should have an opportunity to return that kick. And then I guess after the whistle, he had gotten hit by a Pitman player. A couple of Wildwood players took exception, and then all of a sudden we had a problem, so to speak, in the southwest end zone here at Wildwood High, or Maxwell Field, which is the one closest to the rec center if you know Maxwell Field at all. So it is 20-12 here at the half, Pittman leading. A couple of scores from some other games. And it's Pennsville leads Lower Cape May 8-0 midway through the first. And at last report, Middle Township was down 20-0 to Clayton on the road. That was late in the second quarter. So, but again, 20-12 Pittman, and technically right now we're still not even at halftime because the officials have not given the timer the signal to start halftime. They're still trying to sort out what happened, and they're trying to explain, I believe, to the coaches what went on here. So, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they're allowed to look at video. No. So they're not allowed to look at video. I know that's the case in most other sports. So the officials cannot review video of this to see if there were some things that need to be penalized. So whatever they may have seen is what they're going to have to call. But a lot of what went on down there were officials and coaches and security people trying to separate players. So, but we'll see what happens here as they sort this all out. So we still have a long delay here just prior to the half. It's Pittman leading Wildwood 20-12. We're going to take another 4-minute timeout. We'll come back after this on 98.7 The Coast.
Coaches and players. Saratoga Inn located at 7501 Ocean Avenue in Wildwood Crest. Serving breakfast and lunch, open 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. That's the Saratoga Inn at 609-522-7712. The Saratoga Inn at 522-7712. Best of luck to the Wildwood Warriors from the Saratoga Inn in Wildwood Crest.
When times get tough, football players know you can depend on the person next to you to overcome any obstacle on the field. And when times take a turn, the law office of Seth Pascalero is always here to help you. The law office of Seth Pascalero can assist you in family law, personal injury, municipal court matters too. When you need us, we're here to help you. And the law office of Seth Pascalero proudly supports the players, families, and coaches who support the Wildwood High School football team. Go Warriors! For more, call the law office of Seth Pascalero at 609-522-6633 or visit online at PascaleroLawNJ.com.
Pride in our community begins with the people you call neighbors, friends, and those who always support. Here at Reef Family Pharmacy in Cape May Courthouse, we are proud to support our local student athletes during their academic and athletic careers. Reef Pharmacy's success was built from the ground up. Neighbors helping neighbors and providing an exceptional level of customer service. And to our high school football players, play hard, play fair, play tough, and most importantly, enjoy the experience. Reef Family Pharmacy, Route 9 South, Cape May Courthouse. Visit reeffamilypharmacy.com.
Check out Wildwood's newest hotspot, Spill the Wine, featuring 8 wines on tap and 6 draft beers. Also, beer and liquor available for takeout. Spill the Wine, 4100 Atlantic Ave, Wildwood, New Jersey. Check us out online. Hi, this is Pete Byron, Mayor of the City of Wildwood. Myself, Commissioners Steve Mikulski and Christopher Simmons are extremely proud of our student athletes and support their endeavors on and off the field of competition. As always, we support our boys and girls basketball team and all those that participate in all aspects of school life right here on the island of Wildwood. We wish them the best of luck, and remember, it's not always about winning, but how you play the game. Go Warriors and go Warriors.
You don't have to live with chronic knee pain any longer. Hi, I'm Dr. Bob Olivieri, Director of the Pain Laser Center at Olivieri Chiropractic. Let us prove to you how we can help relieve your chronic knee pain through our non-surgical, non-pharmaceutical program. Schedule an appointment today and let us prove to you how we can help you using our unique state-of-the-art technologies. Avoid knee surgery, painful injections, and pain medication and get back into living a pain-free life. Contact us today at Olivieri Chiropractic, 886-8585. That's 886-8585. Olivieri Chiropractic, the place for pain relief.
At Crest Savings Bank, we believe your time is valuable. That's why our mobile banking app lets you bank when and where you want. Crest Savings Bank mobile app lets you review activity, pay bills, transfer funds, and even deposit checks any time of the day or night. Make the most of your free time by using Crest Savings Bank's safe, secure, and easy-to-use mobile app. Visit CrestSavings.bank for details. Crest Savings Bank. Big bank products. Community bank service.
Crest Savings is a member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
It's the locals' favorite restaurant in Cape May, Hemingway's in the Grand Hotel. Hemingway's is open every day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Poolside outdoor dining for lunch and dinner, weather permitted. Hemingway's restaurant features fresh seafood and award-winning hand-cut USDA prime steak. Hemingway's, open daily, oceanfront on Beach Avenue in Cape May. Follow them on Facebook. The Grand Hotel and Hemingway's restaurant is still hiring for multiple positions. Apply in person or email your resume to employment@grandhotelcapemay.com. The Grand Hotel wants to hire you, so apply today.
High school football, streaming live on CoastSportsToday.com on 98.7 The Coast.
When you visit the shore, it's a family tradition. Shopping at Douglas Fudge.
Ask anyone with good taste who makes the best fudge, and they'll tell you it has to be Douglas Fudge. Why? Because they've been making...
You guys there? Hello?
has made some changes for the safety of our employees and customers. Plexiglass barriers for in-store shopping, free contactless curbside pickup, and discounts on shipping for those who can't make it into the store.
Great taste of Douglas Fudge.
Douglas Fudge is open every day. There's a huge sale at Douglas Fudge. Buy 2 pounds of creamy fudge or 2 pounds of saltwater taffy and get a third pound free. Stop in to Douglas Fudge on the Wildwood Boardwalk or on 96th Street in Stone Harbor. Order online at douglascandies.com or follow them on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you to all the amazing customers for their support. Douglas Fudge, making the world a sweeter place for everyone.
Great taste of Douglas Fudge.
For nearly 70 years, when the job needs to be done right, Mitchell Ironworks has exceeded expectations. Mitchell Ironworks is a proud sponsor of Wildwood High, and we wish the Warriors the best of luck in today's game. Mitchell Ironworks has been involved in projects you see every day, including the Centennial Park Bandstand, the Art Box at Maurice Piers, and so many more. When you begin a big job or project and you need the heavy work done beyond your satisfaction, Mitchell Ironworks is here for you. Visit.
You guys there? Hello?
At Crest Savings Bank, we believe your time is valuable. That's why our mobile banking app lets you bank when and where you want. Crest Savings Bank's mobile app lets you review activity, pay bills, transfer funds, and even deposit checks any time of the day or night. Make the most of your free time by using Crest Savings Bank's safe, secure, and easy-to-use mobile app. Visit CrestSavings.bank for details. Crest Savings Bank. Big bank products. Community bank service.
Crest Savings is a member FDIC and an equal housing lender. It's the locals' favorite restaurant in Cape May, Hemingway's in the Grand Hotel. Hemingway's is open every day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Poolside outdoor dining for lunch and dinner, weather permitted. Hemingway's restaurant features fresh seafood and award-winning hand-cut USDA prime steak. Hemingway's, open daily, oceanfront on Beach Avenue in Cape May. Follow them on Facebook. The Grand Hotel and Hemingway's restaurant is still hiring for multiple positions. Apply in person or email your resume to employment@grandhotelcapemay.com. The Grand Hotel wants to hire you, so apply today.
At Crest Savings Bank, we believe your time is valuable. That's why our mobile banking app lets you bank when and where you want. Crest Savings Bank's mobile app lets you review activity, pay bills, transfer funds, and even deposit checks any time of the day or night. Make the most of your free time by using Crest Savings Bank's safe, secure, and easy-to-use mobile app. Visit CrestSavings.bank for details. Crest Savings Bank. Big bank products. Community bank service.
Crest Savings is a member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
High school football.
All right, we're back at Maxwell Field here at the, let's be specific here, at the close of the second quarter. They actually haven't started halftime due to a fracas that broke out in the end zone. I think Buddy has an update on what may be going on here. Pitman leads the game 20-12. There's been a long discussion among the officials, the coaches, officials from both schools, and what'd you get, Bud?
Brian, this game has been officially called. This game is over. It's postponed. Both the head coaches from both schools have made the decision that due to the health and safety and the welfare of the students, the game is over. So that is the official word.
So I don't know if Pitman has actually been made aware of that just yet, at least all of them, because they're stretching on the far side of the field in the south end zone. It looks like Ken Loomis is addressing his players over in the north end zone, but if that is the case, and Buddy got that from one of the high-ranking school officials who's down on the field, and obviously that person was involved in talking with the officials here. So, but the officials are still huddled together at the 15-yard line. Now, let's be clear here: the game technically is not over. It has been suspended by NJSIA rule. Now, whether they revisit this and set something up to replay it, or there will be reports filed, and then the NJSIA will make a decision on what to do. Let's put it this way. By rule, the officials do not have the authority to terminate the game. They have the authority to suspend it. And that is apparently what they're doing here. And it sounds like this game may be halted at halftime. Let's see if we can get that officially, because again, Pitman is still warming up as if they're going to play a second half over there.
Well, Wildwood has been told.
Okay.
And I got this from Wildwood School, the principal, from Phil Schaefer, and he made it very clear that this decision was made by both coaches, Coach Chris Thomas of the Pitman Panthers and Coach Ken Loomis of the Wildwood Warriors. So the coaching staffs, they got together, the two coaches got together, and they decided that this game cannot go on because they're protecting the welfare, safety of the students.
And now the lead official, the head referee, actually just made this signal to the timer here, but the timer is being called down onto the field, and we'll see if he comes back and gives us the official update. Just so you know, here is the officiating crew. It's Leon Daniels, John Latura, Bill Carlton, Fran Shaw, Mike Reardon, Tony Strazieri, and Joe Harrison is the timer. We thank Joe because Joe, when he comes to the games here at Wildwood, is always very good not interrupting the broadcast, but kind of like on the side while we're at commercial, we'll explain rules, and we kind of look at him like, do we have this correct or don't we? And he kind of gives us the nod. Well, he just walked down on the field now to try to get, I guess, an explanation where he was called down to the field by the lead referee, Leon Daniels.
And Mike Popovic has got the yardsticks and whatnot all wrapped up. Because you know what he's trying to do, Brian? He's just worried about getting down to Piro's.
Before they close.
Yeah, Piro's Pizza down on Young and New Jersey Avenue. So, but yeah, the Pitman players are, basically winding down. And Wildwood's players are in the far end zone, which would be to our left if you're listening on the radio dial. But I'm sure our boy Chris Knoll is still upstairs.
Yeah, but and now I'm sure you're getting the same thing. Now we're getting multiple text messages from people that are down close to the field. The game has been suspended. And again, it is not, at this point, it's not a Pitman victory. They lead 20-12. By rule, the officials cannot declare this game over. They can only suspend it. They can't terminate the game. They can suspend it. There will be reports filed. There'll be some investigations as well. I'm sure a lot of phone calls. And then the NJSIA will most likely make a decision on what happens to this game going forward. We don't see this a lot, buddy, but I would highly doubt that these two teams are going to get together and play again.
No, absolutely.
But as of right now, the official word is this game has been suspended.
The game has been suspended by the NJSIA rules.
And it is a 20-12 lead for Pitman. So
Quietly and calmly.
That's going to do it for this game here. And again, to recap, there were a couple of personal foul penalties throughout the first half, a couple of late hits, some chippy stuff, but not really overly anything you might not see in a high school football game. But then at the end of the half here, we had a whistle that really should not have blown on a missed field goal when Dom Troiano was returning it, and then the ball, and the whistle was blown on the missed field goal, and Dom was trying to return it. And as he was pulling up, he was hit by a Pitman player after the whistle. A couple of Wildwood players took exception to that and came flying in. And then basically all hell broke loose in the corner of the end zone. And now we're left with a suspended game here as the officials just did not feel like this game should continue. And, it's not really our place to say, but it's probably a good decision.
Well, yes. At this point, and the way this game was being officiated, it is a good thing because these two teams were really going after each other. A very physical football team. This Pitman squad, Wildwood came out and threw, I don't want to use the word threw the foe's punch, but Wildwood came out and scored on their first two possessions. And we were seeing a different Wildwood Warrior team to start this season. And I think they might have caught Pitman a little off balance after Pitman, beat them last year 48-0.
Right.
But that being said, so yes, the game then at the end of that first half, really, as Brian said, you can't say it much better than all hell broke loose.
So that'll do it from here. For Norm Donahue back at the studio, for Chris Knoll on top of the press box, for my partner, Buddy Tarbotton. Buddy and I have been broadcasting together between football and basketball for about 26 years now. We've never had this scenario where we've seen a game suspended in this manner. We saw basketball games suspended because of wet floors.
Yes.
But we've never seen a game suspended, because of personal fouls and unsportsmanlike conduct, but that's what we have here. And so that'll do it from here at Maxwell Field. Go ahead,
and
buddy.
the other thing, too, is I got to throw this in because, we have Chris is upstairs, Chris Knoll. I just have to make sure that Hassel's Ice Cream on 20th and the Boardwalk is still open because they got some really good mint chocolate chip.
Yeah, all right, so that'll do it here from Wildwood. These kids waited an extra month to play, and now they only got one half tonight because of what happened there at the end of the half. So the game, I shouldn't say it finishes. The game is suspended with Pitman leading 20-12. That'll do it from here from here at Maxwell Field. For Chris upstairs again, Norm back at the studio again, for my partner Buddy Tarbot, and I'm Brian Kniff. Again, Pitman 20, Wildwood 12. The game has been suspended and will not be restarted here tonight at halftime. This has been high school football on coastsportstoday.com and 98.7 The Coast.